What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, and we're back with a Shep Pettibone mix, which I know will bring Izzy to the comments, so big shout out to you for being the original person who explained to me and demonstrated to me as we went through some remixes by him, his influence on music in the 80s and 90s, and ultimately, my understanding of who he is was then further informed by some clicking around I did on Discogs and so on. But the point is, we're actually going to listen to something from a CD that Joseph sent me, so big shout out to you, not only for sharing this and a DVD that I've yet to go through, though I have mentioned it before, but also for the patience. Again, I have many deep dives, and some of these journeys take a little while to come back around, but I've been meaning to get back to the Rare Mixes, the 12-inch Rare Mixes CD that he sent me, so again, big shout out to you, Joseph. And we're going to listen to the Shep Pettibone mix of an Elton John tune. I think I mentioned this when I did the reaction to the previous track, that I know Elton John through Reputation, one or two tracks, including, famously his compositions in the original Lion King soundtrack, but I don't know his work beyond, again, a handful, maybe 3 or 4 tracks like Rocket Man, I do know. Nevertheless, we are going to listen to the Shep Pettibone mix of I Don't Want to Go On With You Like That. So, it's a very specific and expressive phrase, meaning there has to be some breaking point, there has to be some change dynamic because the narrator is fed up with or just can't endure more of what the current scenario or situation is. Given that it's an extended or 12-inch mix, and given that it's Shep Pettibone, I'm guessing it's going to have some danceability to it, some dance floor type sonics, but either way, not really knowing Elton John in general, and certainly, as far as I know, never having heard the original, I don't know the degree to which or in what ways it will depart from the original. In the note here that, again, Joseph cleverly and thankfully provided, it says this Shep Pettibone masterpiece went to #1 on the dance charts. Well, there you go. So clearly we are going to get some dance sonics, and apparently some very popular ones, because going to #1, even if it's, specifically on the dance charts rather than a, like top 40 overall, that still would suggest that it was played in clubs and was well received and DJs were keen to buy it and to play it. So let's give it a listen. This is Elton John, and just make sure I got the phrasing right again. I Don't Want to Go On With You Like That, and it's the Shep Pettibone mix, included on a compilation of rare 12-inch mixes provided by a great friend of the channel, Joseph. I like the tempo, it's got some pace. Oh. Like cowbell rhythm. Cycling, almost tribal style drums. Though again, I don't know the degree to which it's already notably different from or using the sonics of the original. like a xylophone rhythm. The lines are clever. Shuffled claps. Strip it down, bring back a dancing keyboard melody. Little bassline flourish really is tasty. Oof. His vocals mixed with this foot tapping rhythm. I also like those almost like PSB style orchestra hit keyboard moments. Those orchestra hits. I wonder if that's another like cheeky addition by Joseph, that sample at the end. Maybe that's actually like on the track, but I do remember there was that bit from the Pod People episode of Mystery Science Theater, which I thought was not only very enjoyable to hear and surprising, but cleverly done as well. So maybe that's the same thing, or again, maybe it's actually on the track. But yes, a dance like phenomenon. It's definitely something that would get my feet moving. You can just feel the like kinetic, like sweaty dance floor type of energy that the tune has. I will say, again, only having heard a little bit of Elton John, his voice on this one is more like power soul than I've ever heard him sing before. I do wonder, as I mentioned, how many of those sonic elements are there, at least in one form or another, in the original track. Maybe, sort of made more rhythmic or sort of stretched out or reconfigured for the remix. And then how many of those sonic elements were actually added for the Shep Pettibone mix by Shep and, were not present in the original. I certainly would expect it to have more of that just constant dance feel in this remix than the original, even if the remix does have some pace and energy still. And I certainly enjoy, like I said, some of the elements in particular, that little synth bass flourish. I like some of the key work, which gets a bit more like almost improvisational and funky, and sort of sliding down the keyboards and a bit more forte in parts. Obviously we have like cycling drums, a bit tribal at first, but then just feeling like they're part of the overall energy as the tune goes along. And yeah, those again sort of like keyboard orchestra hits that I've heard in at least some of the like 80s PSB stuff. So I suppose part of that is that PSB just on their own, and especially in their like dance like remix albums, certainly have a lot of dance floor stuff as well. But it feels like that particular element must have been a hot type of sound in the dance floor clubs of the, again, late 80s, early 90s. So either way, another cracking tune from Shep in terms of the remix, and a surprisingly soulful performance by Mr. John, who, again, maybe I'll have to hear more. And I remember actually when I first got this CD and I was talking to Izzy, like, oh, there's some stuff coming up. We're going to have a reaction to some Shep Pettibone mixes. Like, I think he mentioned that Elton John, this was not one of the tunes that, he would have thought of or, was perhaps most reflective of Elton's most famous work, but certainly it caught my ear. So again, shout out to both Shep and to Elton himself, and thank you again to Joseph, both for the music and for the patience. Do let me know what you think of this one, and Luca and I will see you next time. Peace.